The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
We're back into it again, and we're so happy that you followed us along like a bunch of lemmings.
You're happy? Wait a minute, you're happy?
Like a bunch of lemmings.
Because they followed along? Is that all it takes, Tom?
That's all it takes.
Okay. All right, keep following along.
I don't know. Sometimes I look at things wrong. That's why I like to keep it's hard to keep your mouth shut when you do a radio show. It's like, geez, I want to go keep my mouth shut. Well, I can't. I have to talk on the radio.
Did I say that? Did I do that?
Oh, good golly. And sometimes I just want to be, you can relate, right, Steve? You just want to be left alone and think your thoughts and have a good time.
I love people. But you know what? Sometimes I think part of the reason I like fishing is I do it alone 90% of the time.
Yeah, you do. You always go fishing.
And you wander away, and you know what?
You need that now and then.
You're right, Neal. You're just chilling. And I might say hi to someone, but I don't have to be in a party boat full of people with fishing poles. As a matter of fact, I don't want to be in that boat.
No.
But
just a little alone time.
Yeah. I went early this week. I was out fishing Silver Beach looking at the stars. It was early in the morning. It was just beautiful. I was the only one there.
Right.
There were no fish either.
Which tells you something.
I showed up. They all left.
Right. People smarter than you know to stay in.
Well, it's a big crowd.
All right. Well, look, it's great to bring back on the show Neal Carr. He's the Vice President of Prime Heat and Air, Heating and Air. How you doing there, buddy?
You got it. Doing well, thanks.
Good. Well, 'tis the season to be a little colder.
It got cold this week, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And you're out there putting in mechanicals. Is that what they call that stuff, mechanicals?
Yep.
All the stuff that you guys do?
Tom, you know what they went and did, don't you?
What they went
You don't know
and
this.
We spent some quality time with Miss Gloria.
Oh, did
Mom
you?
got a new. Mom put it off, and you guys were like, you know what? Your boiler's 50 years old, and you were like, and you didn't push her. You're like, and this was last year.
Yeah.
And at some point, you might want to consider this. And it was very deliberate. And she's
we're talking about Steve's mother, who is 91 too. 91.
Yeah.
And she had a boiler that was from that predates Steve.
When Dad, no, I was there. Dad built the back of the house, which is as big as the front of the house.
Okay.
Dad built it with his buddies, and the boiler was in there. And that was in the late 60s.
Right.
And this was the original boiler. So she loves your brother.
Yes, she does.
She's like, and those nice young men that were with him. And what a great experience. And she's happy as anything. And she didn't call.
So you put in a full furnace?
A boiler.
Hot water boiler.
Oh, another boiler. Why did you go with the boiler? Tell us why.
Well, that's what she had. So we replaced what she had.
Okay, but why would you just replace it? Why wouldn't you go with the furnace instead?
Because there's no ductwork.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I knew that answer.
So
I had that.
I just want people to understand why.
Is he asking the question because he doesn't know, or is he trying to spark conversation? Right. That's what I want to know. No, I'm just messing with him. So she doesn't have ductwork there, obviously, so it'd be more of an expense.
Boiler, okay.
Yeah, so it's, and there's nothing wrong with the boiler heating system, so pull the old one out. We'd been there a few times, last year doing some repairs here and then. Like Steve said, it was older, so it was just a conversation of, hey, you're starting to nickel and dime you here. Is it really at the point where is it worth putting more money into this age and condition of a boiler? So let's consider it.
So then she I was
thought about it for a year.
She goes, let me show it to you.
Yeah.
I went down and it looked 50 years newer than the old one, but it was about the same space.
Yeah.
She goes, I want to paint the wall behind it. The wall's getting she wants to paint the wall white because she wants it to look right. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Oh, she took Dwayne outside, made him stand in front of his van, take a picture of him.
How nice.
Yeah, put it on Facebook.
Sweet.
Yeah. No, she's great.
Has boiler technology changed since the one you took out from Gloria's?
Yeah, for that, I mean, basic operations are very similar, but obviously, just like furnaces over the years, there's been improvements, from mid efficiency, high efficiency. So what she has is a nice solid cast iron mid efficiency boiler. Right. And just, it's a tank. It operates. It's going to run. You know what I mean? So it'll keep her house warm, that section of the house warm, and she's won't have to worry about it this winter.
Is it more efficient than a forced air?
It depends. I mean, the ratings are similar on high efficiency boilers and high efficiency furnaces, mid 90s, that kind of thing. So the ratings are very similar. So the equipment, the way it's producing heat, that kind of thing is just different. So,
do you have less of a chance of getting dry skin from a boiler?
Yeah, you don't have hot air blowing around the house.
I was going to say you don't have the dust.
Yeah,
because
and the dust.
and when you're in the back of the house, I mean, the addition was bigger than the original house.
Gotcha.
But you can just you hear a little water and you got the radiant heat. What do you call this?
Yeah, so they're baseboard, baseboard heaters around the base of the floor. So it's just like an ambient heat. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Kind of those baseboards heat up. And it just kind of starts to warm the room. You're going to feel it around the floor first, and then it
then it rises. Of course.
Yeah, so you don't have air blowing around. So like you said, the dust is not there that could be there if you don't have your ducts cleaned and that kind of thing. So great source of heat. A lot of people that have boilers love them.
Gotcha.
Some people that go from boilers to forced air don't really like it because they feel like it's hot and cold quicker, or hot and cold spots because maybe the ductwork's not balanced and that kind of thing, where with the boiler you're
more
kind of
even.
It's more even, because
Gotcha.
you've got the baseboard running around the room and stuff.
How does the boiler differ from these heat pumps that we keep talking about?
Well, it's using water to heat the house. Boilers are.
Okay. What about the heat pump?
Heat pump's electric.
Oh, that's electric.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And refrigerant. Yeah.
Okay.
So why can't it seems like a boiler should double as a hot water tank? I mean, it's hot water.
It can. Yeah, it can.
Can it really?
Yeah, so you can hook up what they call an indirect water heater, where it's the boiler is heating the water, the domestic hot water side as well.
Okay,
So
because at Tom's house, they use a lot of hot water.
Yeah, I hear.
Well, and I'm asking these questions partly for me too. The information is good because we're looking at a new furnace here, and we need a new hot water tank.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think.
You're
of
not
what's
going
just
boiler.
the best way. No,
no.
we're not going.
He's not
boiler.
because you have the ductwork.
Yeah,
already.
we got the ductwork.
Yeah, so why rip all that out to have to run water piping all over the house?
Oh, you'd have to run the
Tom
piping.
Tom likes making the simple complex.
It's people, you can do it. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Some people, maybe they'll buy a house and they have a boiler system, but you can't have AC if you just have a straight boiler. So some people are like, what are we going to do in the summer? Traditionally, that's where the heat pumps come in, the ductless. You can kind of put some AC around the house. Some people just, if they buy a house and they're remodeling anyway, they just rip it all out and have new ductwork put in. You can do it for sure, but cost is there, obviously. Sure.
So let's ask the big question. Since we have a more sane government in place now, how does that affect business in general?
Are we allowed to have those conversations on the station?
It's a conservative station to begin with.
I think we're pretty safe saying there's going to be less regulation, no matter who you voted for.
Right.
If you voted for him or the communists, either one, there's going to be less regulation and less. But we are in New York State still.
Well, there's that, right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
what does this mean?
I mean, nothing's really changed for us statewide.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
I mean, we're not gonna see anything drastic change.
Good.
The things that are happening. They're gonna happen. The refrigerant's gonna still change, and the equipment's gonna be different next year, and all that stuff. So, economy-wise, sure, we're hopeful. Obviously, the economy will get better, and people will be able to upgrade their equipment and do all that stuff, and we'll be here for them if that's the case.
Okay,
but
during the winter, because we're running low on time, I just want to make sure that people have access to you.
Yep.
Are you one of those companies where people can call you at the last minute? Hey, I don't have heat and need your help, and will you get out there quickly and all that?
Yeah, we will do our best. Obviously, depending on timing and situation and schedule, we might have to come out to you after hours, and you might have to pay an overtime charge, if you need it that night.
But I know you guys have like space heaters you loan people and all kinds of things.
We have before, yeah.
Okay, so 802-4287, is that the correct
number?
That's
the one.
So they can write that down, 802-4287, the big area code
315. Yeah.
Primeheatlandair.com is the website.
That's us.
And if you're wondering about a company, look at the reviews. I trust these guys with my mom. They're okay.
Call Steve's mom, that's right. She'll tell you all about
They're okay.
That's right.
Excellent. Thank you, Neal.
Yeah, thanks, guys.